Hi everyone, welcome back to Miss English Channel. I'm Emily, and today we'll explore one of the most powerful things you can ever learn to say: how to talk about yourself in English.
And I'm Paul. This topic sounds simple, but it's actually one of the hardest for learners. Because when someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," your mind suddenly goes blank.
Exactly. Your heart beats faster. You want to sound confident, but the words just disappear. And that moment feels endless.
We've all been there. Maybe it happened at a job interview, maybe during a trip, or when meeting someone new. You think, what should I say first?
Today, we'll fix that together. We'll teach you natural, simple ways to talk about who you are: your name, job, hobbies, dreams, everything that makes you unique.
So grab your notebook, relax, and stay with us till the end. Because by the time we finish, you'll not only speak better English, you'll speak with confidence.
All right, let's start with a small moment. You're sitting in a cafe. The smell of coffee fills the air, and someone smiles and says, "Hi, what's your name?"
That's your moment, the first step of connection. In English, it's not just about the words, it's about how warm and open you sound.
You can say, "Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you." Or, if you want to sound more casual, "Hey, I'm Emily. Great to meet you."
Let's practice together. Repeat after me. Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you.
One more time, but this time with a smile. "Hey, I'm Emily. Great to meet you."
That's perfect. Notice the small difference? Nice to meet you is polite and formal. Great to meet you sounds friendly and natural.
After your name, people often ask, "Where are you from?" That's your chance to share a bit of your story.
You could say, I'm from Vietnam, or I was born in Spain, but I live in Canada now.
Or, "I grew up in a small town, but now I'm living in the city." It shows movement, a life story in one line.
Now, let's make it more real. You meet someone new at an English class. They ask, "So, where are you from?"
You smile and say, "I'm from Vietnam, but I've been living here for 2 years."
Beautiful. You sound confident and natural. And you can even add a little detail. I'm from Vietnam, famous for its street food and friendly people.
That detail makes your sentence come alive. People love hearing personal touches. It's how connection starts.
Let's keep building. After name and hometown comes the next question. What do you do?
You can say, "I work as a teacher," or "I'm a designer," or "I'm studying at university."
And if you want to make it more interesting, add one short sentence about what you love about it. I'm a teacher, and I love helping people learn new things.
Or, "I'm a designer. I love creating things that make people smile." See how it adds personality?
Exactly. That's what native speakers do. They don't just give facts, they add feelings.
So far, we've covered 3 key parts: your name, your hometown, and your job or study. Let's connect them together naturally.
Try this. Hi, I'm Paul. I'm from Canada, and I work as an English teacher. I love helping people express themselves confidently.
That's perfect. Let's say it again slowly. Hi, I'm Paul. I'm from Canada, and I work as an English teacher. I love helping people express themselves confidently.
Your turn. Try saying your own version out loud. Don't worry about mistakes, just speak. Remember, done is better than perfect.
Yes, every time you speak, you grow. Even if you forget a word, you're building confidence.
Now, let's make your introduction more interesting. Add something personal, your hobbies, your daily routine, or your dream.
You can say, "In my free time, I enjoy reading and walking by the river. Or, I love cooking and trying new recipes.
If you're a student, maybe I'm studying business and I dream of starting my own company.
These little sentences tell people not just who you are, but what you care about.
And when you speak with emotion, people remember you.
Let's build a complete version. Listen carefully. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm from Australia. I'm a content creator, and I love storytelling. In my free time, I enjoy hiking and taking photos.
That's a natural self-introduction. Short, warm, and memorable.
You can practice it with this pattern: name, country, job or study, hobby or passion.
Repeat it a few times, but each time change a small detail. For example, I'm from Brazil. I'm a nurse. I love helping people and spending time with my family.
Or, I'm from Japan. I'm a student. I love drawing and learning new languages.
See how each version tells a different story, but the structure stays simple?
That's the secret. Simple words, real meaning. You don't need big vocabulary to sound fluent. You need rhythm, emotion, and truth.
Exactly. Fluency isn't about speed. It's about being yourself in another language.
So take a deep breath. Think about your own story. How would you introduce yourself right now?
Try it out loud. Hi, I'm from, I'm a, I love.
That's your start. That's how connection begins.
Before we move on, remember this phrase. I'm learning English too.
Yes, it shows purpose and motivation. You can say, I'm learning English to travel, or I'm learning English to get a better job.
Or I'm learning English to connect with people from different countries.
It's honest, simple, and inspiring.
And every time you say it, you remind yourself why you started.
So if someone asks, why are you learning English? Now you know exactly what to say.
Let's put it all together. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Italy, I'm a student, and I love playing guitar. I'm learning English to travel the world and make new friends.
Beautiful, right? It feels real, like meeting a new friend, not taking a test.
That's the feeling we want you to have. Comfortable, open, and proud of your story.
Stay with us, because in the next part, we'll teach you how to talk about your personality, your strengths, habits, and small details that make your introduction unforgettable.
So now you know how to introduce yourself, your name, job, hobbies, and goals. But let's go deeper. When someone says, "Tell me about yourself," they're not just asking for facts. They want to know who you are.
Exactly. Your personality, your little habits, the way you see life, those things make you interesting. And in English, we have simple, powerful ways to express them.
Let's start with adjectives. These are words that describe you. Words like kind, friendly, curious, patient, hardworking.
If you're shy, you can say, I'm a bit shy, but I enjoy meeting new people. That sounds confident and real.
Yes, it's okay to say something honest. Don't try to sound perfect. Real people connect with real people.
Let's practice a few. I'm a positive person. I'm open-minded. I'm always curious about new things.
You can also describe your habits. I'm an early bird, means you like waking up early. I'm a night owl, means you stay up late.
And here's a small tip. When you talk about yourself, smile a little. It changes your voice and makes you sound more confident, even if you feel nervous.
So true. Speaking English is not just about grammar. It's about energy. People feel your emotion before they understand your words.
Now let's imagine a real-life situation. You're at a language exchange event. Someone asks, "So, what kind of person are you?"
You could say, I'm friendly and easygoing. I love helping people and trying new things.
Or, "I'm a quiet person, but once I know someone, I love deep conversations."
Those small sentences say a lot about your character.
Let's teach one more powerful pattern. I would say I'm, for example, I would say I'm creative and curious.
Yes, it sounds natural and thoughtful. Try it. I would say I'm hardworking, but sometimes forget to rest.
That's so human. English speakers often describe themselves like that, a mix of good and real.
Now let's make it more fun. Let's add stories. For example, instead of saying I'm hardworking, you can say, when I start a project, I never stop until it's done.
Or instead of I'm creative, you can say I love finding new ways to solve problems.
That's storytelling. You turn adjectives into small life moments.
And that's what makes your English memorable. It feels alive.
Okay, now it's practice time. Repeat after me. I would say I'm friendly and hardworking.
One more. I'm curious about everything, especially different cultures.
Great job! Now, let's move to one more important part, how to talk about your daily life.
Because many conversations begin with small talk, and talking about yourself often means sharing your routine.
You can start like this. On weekdays, I usually wake up at 6 a.m., I go for a walk, then I make breakfast.
I work from 9 to 5, and after work, I like watching movies or reading books.
That's clear, easy, and natural. Remember, you don't need fancy vocabulary. Simplicity is beautiful.
And if you want to sound more fluent, connect your sentences with and, then, after that, before, because.
Let's try one together. I usually wake up early, then I drink coffee and plan my day.
Perfect. It sounds natural, like real conversation.
Let's build a longer version. On weekdays, I wake up early, go jogging, and listen to English podcasts while I get ready for work.
I love that. You're not only describing your life, you're showing your habits and mindset.
Exactly. And if you want to make it more personal, add something emotional. Like, I love quiet mornings because they help me feel calm.
That's how language becomes alive, when it connects with feeling.
So now you can talk about your name, country, job, hobbies, personality, and daily routine.
You're building a picture of your life in English, piece by piece. And each word becomes a part of your identity in this new language.
Let's make a little challenge. Try to introduce yourself in 5 sentences. Use what we've learned so far.
Here's an example. My name's Lisa. I'm from Thailand. I work as a nurse, and I love helping people. I'm friendly and positive, and I enjoy cooking in my free time.
That's beautiful. Simple, confident, and warm.
You can also add your reason for learning English. I'm learning English because I want to study abroad next year.
Or, I'm learning English to meet new people and understand different cultures.
Every time you say it, you remind yourself of your dream.
Let's take a short vocabulary spotlight. Words you can use to describe yourself naturally.
Sure, here we go. Curious. Interested in learning new things. Synonym is eager. Example, I'm curious about other cultures. Patient. Able to wait calmly. Synonym is calm. Example, I'm patient when learning new skills. Creative. Full of new ideas. Synonym is imaginative. Example, I'm creative at work. Honest. Telling the truth. Synonym is sincere. Example, I'm honest with my friends. Hard-working. Always doing your best. Synonym is diligent. Example, I'm hardworking and focused.
These words are simple but powerful. If you use just 2 or 3 of them, you'll sound confident and natural.
And remember, don't just say these words, show them through stories. That's how people believe you.
For example, instead of I'm hardworking, you can say I always finish what I start, even if it's difficult.
Exactly. That's a story in one line.
Emily, I have a small question for our listeners.
Go ahead.
What's one word that describes you best? Write it in the comments below. It can be anything. Kind, funny, brave. We want to know.
That's a great challenge because when you find one word to describe yourself, you start understanding your own story in English.
And that's the beauty of learning a language. It helps you discover who you are.
Before we move on, let's give our listeners one golden tip. Don't memorize introductions. Build them from your heart.
Yes, if it comes from your heart, people feel it. You don't need perfect grammar to be understood. You just need honesty.
I love that. Learning English isn't about sounding like someone else. It's about learning to express yourself.
So true. And in the next part, we'll help you go even deeper. How to share your goals, your experiences, and your personal story in English step by step.
All right. Now that you can describe who you are and what you do, let's move to something deeper. Your story. Because every person has a story worth telling.
Exactly. And when you can share that story in English, you don't just communicate, you connect, you inspire people, you show them a part of your world.
Let's start small. Think of one moment that changed you. Maybe your first job, your first trip, or your first time speaking English in public.
You can talk about it with a few simple sentences. For example, when I first started learning English, I was shy. I was afraid to speak. But little by little, I improved.
That story is short, but powerful. It shows emotion, honesty, and progress.
Here's another one. I used to hate making mistakes, but now I see them as part of learning.
Perfect. You can hear the growth in that sentence, the transformation.
These small stories show not just your language skills, but your mindset, and that's something everyone connects with.
Let's teach a few simple patterns you can use. I used to, but now I. For me, learning English is... One thing I've learned is...
For example, I used to be nervous when talking to foreigners, but now I feel more confident.
Or, for me, learning English is not just about grammar. It's about confidence and connection.
You see, these phrases turn your experience into a message.
And that message might help someone who feels the same way.
Now let's imagine you're at a workshop and someone says, "Tell me a bit about your journey with English."
You could say, I started learning English in school, but I really improved when I began watching English videos every day.
Or, I've been learning English for 3 years and the biggest challenge for me is speaking, but I practice every day.
That's the spirit. Honest, clear, and real.
And when you speak with that kind of honesty, people want to keep listening.
Let's take a short reflection moment. If you're listening now, think about your own journey. How did you start learning English? What helped you the most?
You can write it down or share it in the comments below. That's your English story, and it deserves to be told.
All right, now let's add one final layer. Your goals, because talking about your goals shows direction and confidence.
You can say, "My goal is to speak English fluently," or "I want to use English for my job."
Or, I'm learning English because I dream of studying abroad.
You can also use this pattern. In the future, I want to, for example, in the future, I want to travel more and talk with people from different cultures.
When you share your goals, you show hope, and that's inspiring.
Exactly. And you don't have to be perfect to talk about your dreams. Dreams are not about perfection, they're about passion.
That's beautiful. And speaking of dreams, let's make a small vocabulary spotlight about dreams and goals.
Good idea.
Goal, something you want to achieve. Synonym, aim. Example, my goal is to speak English fluently. Dream, something you hope for in the future. Synonym, wish. Example, my dream is to live abroad. Challenge, something difficult but possible. Synonym, test. Example, learning pronunciation is a big challenge. Motivation, reason why you do something. Synonym, drive. Example, my motivation is to help others. Success, reaching your goal. Synonym, achievement. Example, finishing this lesson is already a success.
Great list. These words can help you express not just who you are, but where you're going.
Let's make it emotional. Listen to this. My dream is to speak English confidently so I can travel, work, and build friendships across the world.
That's powerful. Every listener can feel it. The hope, the courage, the reason behind the words.
That's what English learning should feel like. Not a test, but a bridge.
So when someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," you're not just giving facts, you're sharing a vision.
Yes, you're saying, this is who I am, this is what I love, this is where I'm going.
Let's build one full version together for our learners to practice.
All right, repeat after us slowly. My name's Daniel. I'm from Mexico. I work as a chef, and I love creating new recipes. I'm friendly and hardworking, and I'm learning English to open my own restaurant one day.
Beautiful. That sentence tells everything: your identity, your passion, and your dream.
Now it's your turn. Think about your version. Say it aloud. Don't worry about mistakes. Every word you speak builds your confidence.
And every time you share your story, it becomes easier. That's how language grows, through use, not fear.
You might be sitting at home now, or walking to work, or maybe cooking dinner. But remember, you're doing something powerful. You're building your voice in another language.
And that's not easy. It takes courage. But look at you. You're here, learning, growing, improving every minute.
So today, when someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," don't freeze. Smile, take a breath, and speak from your heart.
You don't need perfect grammar to sound real. You just need truth and confidence.
And remember, even if you only remember one phrase today, you are already improving.
Step by step, sentence by sentence, you're becoming the person who can speak freely, proudly, and naturally in English.
That's what learning English is all about. Not just speaking a new language, but becoming a new version of yourself.
If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And in the comments, write your short introduction using what you learned today. We'll read them and reply to some of you.
You never know. Your story might inspire another learner somewhere in the world.
That's the beauty of language. It connects hearts before it connects grammar.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep believing in your progress.
This is Emily.
And I'm Paul.
Thanks for joining us on Ms. English Channel, where every word brings you closer to confidence. See you next time.